Nastia. Good to see you. Good to have you here.
Yeah, hi. Thank you very much for having me. I'm actually not so much into interviews lately. I don't know even why I agreed.
Wow. That makes me even more honored. Thank you for saying yes, then.
I didn't say it for that, but it's just, this is the flow. It's like sometimes I say yes. I was like, why did I say yes? But I was like, maybe it should happen. It should be there. So yeah, it's just like that.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
And also like for making time, because I know you are on a busy schedule, you're traveling, and it's not easy for you to be in Europe at the moment.
Well, I think timing is always about priorities. It's about something that you want to do and how you want to do it. So you will always find time for something we want to do. And I thought like, I saw the videos and everything. I was like, I like the guys. So maybe I should stay for another day and then just go a day later. So it's like you always find this spot and squeeze something into something. And yeah, it works like that for me.
Very cool. Thank you. And I wanted to ask you, we were chatting before, what inspires you these days?
Well, it's interesting because I think the most attractive for me at this point of my life is the spiritual growth. And as you saw in my Instagram, I have the only one pinned post in my profile is with the books that I've read and that I loved a lot. And yeah, I think the keys that I found for my life lately, like I've been practicing it since January. There are 5. So books, meditation, psychotherapy, writing the diary, and sport. Now sport is a little bit difficult because of the travels. It became much harder and takes much longer. Also bringing sport wear with you is like always takes place. So like somehow I found it difficult. That's why I moved from sport to intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like help my body at least somehow with something, just stay cool and more focused and natural. But the rest of the instruments I do daily. Sometimes maybe the diary that I'm not doing every day, but I can do tomorrow for 2 days, writing down things. Because I do it since the school. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I miss some years and then I come back to it. It's always been around me. But lately I'm doing it like properly.
Consistently.
Yes, consistently. But the books are the main source of inspiration because I've been looking for tools and instruments in life which will help me to go through that I was going through, because since the war started, my entire life crashed. Like it was just crumbling, and it was not fun. It was the amount of work that I had to do, personal work, inner work, to be able to handle such a tension and experience. It was beyond me, like beyond everything. And I don't know actually how I survived. Like looking back, I was like, whoa, what an experience it was. Like in every aspect of my life, it was a little bit too much. And then I started to look for those instruments that would help me to actually handle these things easier. And I found them. And mostly I found them in books. Of course, everything is important. Everything is a part of the path. But now, books are my favorites.
Yeah. It's a big source of inspiration. Also, like it helps you grow.
It's so insane to realize that the keys are there. You just go and read them. At least read them and try to implement into your life. Start practicing it. It's already there. We have so many teachers who were doing research for 10, 15 years, and then they just wrote a book. Just get it and read it.
Yeah.
And you will always find something that will resonate with you, and you reading this is like, wow, I didn't even know. And I always remember my, I don't know, friends and ex who were telling me like, relax. I know everything. Like I know what to do. Like, I'm intelligent, or like I know enough. I'm like, no, you never know anything. Like, as more I discover and explore, as more I feel like, wow, there is so much more to discover and explore, like the picture gets wider, your vision gets deeper, you practice and implementing these instruments into your life, and you take it lighter, and everything is changing around you. You actually can create a different reality. And it's fascinating. It's like, wow, why people don't use it? Like,
Yeah.
every time I meet, of course, I got into this point because I was searching. I think searching is the main thing. Like, you need to really search and to have this request that I really need it. Help me, like
Yeah.
I want to be, good for myself first, like help myself, because literally there is nobody who's gonna save you. Yeah, it's your task, your own task to help yourself, serve yourself. And of course, if you're a searcher, then you'll find those channels, know.
Yes.
But this is only a matter of search, I guess.
I can go in so many directions because I can see you're excited. I'm so excited too.
So excited.
Hello, and thanks so much for watching or listening to this podcast with Almost Sound. I'm Joseph, and this is the Almost Sound Studio. Just a quick interruption to tell you that if you're a producer and you're looking to further your skills or get inspiration from some of the most interesting artists in the world, you can head over to almostsound.co.uk and get access to masterclasses and courses from some of the most interesting producers out there. Whether you're a beginner just starting off, or an intermediate level producer who's released music and is playing gigs, or even an advanced producer who is looking for more inspiration and understanding how their favorite producers make music, we do have a range of masterclasses that cover pretty much anything from sound design, sculpting a low end, creating engaging melodies, all the way down to mixing and mastering and arrangement. Whenever you want, head over to almostsound.co.uk and select the masterclass and course for you. See you on the other side.
One thing that I wanted to ask you, because some of the books you mentioned in that post were The Power of Now, which is an incredible book, really life-changing. How did you come across the book? Were you searching for something about meditation and being present, or you happened to find that book?
Actually, this book, The Power of Now, I prefer the second one, the New Earth. And that was the book where I started.
Okay.
I was in Barcelona for my gig. I think it was December. And I have a friend there. His name is Joe. He's a member of DOP band.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and I was at his place, and he has this amazing apartment in Barcelona. We were there chatting, just having a drink, whatever. And he said, like, you need to read this book. It's like, I'm going to give you as a present. So when I was visiting Ukraine, but later that month, he managed to give this book for somebody when I was in Ukraine, and I took it to my trip to Mauritius because I was spending meeting New Year's Eve there. I don't play for New Year's Eve for many years already, so I'm going to, see my friends or whatever. And I opened this book because I was reading another book. It was about the history of Ukraine. I just finished it on the 31st of December, and the 1st of January, I was like, okay, it's time for this book.
Perfect.
I didn't move out of the swimming pool for 5 days. I was just there, sitting from the morning to the evening, and I read this book in 5 days. I couldn't hold emotions and those things that I was reading because, first of all, a part of those things confirmed what I kind of knew and intuitively felt. Second, I got some missing points, missing part of the picture about ego, first of all, because I was really into studying of a phenomenon of ego, like what is that, how to work with it, what kind of it, I was really into that. And he kind of covered everything that I was missing. And since that, I actually started practicing things about ego, seeing my ego when I'm talking, seeing my ego when I'm doing something, and kind of putting the filter. It's like, okay, it's like, or you control your ego or ego takes over you. And once ego takes control on you, you are done. There is no chance for you to be yourself, to grow, to learn, to become better, to evolve,
Yeah.
you know. So ego was really big part of my search, and this book kind of like covered this. I was absolutely happy about it because that was like a missing part of the picture.
So the book is New Heart, right? It's called New Heart. That's
a
the
New
second.
Earth,
I
yeah.
didn't know it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a second book of him. I
Okay.
think it's second or something. But it's a series, like it's kind of continuation of these ideas. And the power of now, yeah, because the thing is that with the power of now is that I did 3 courses of Vipassana. So it's also about observing, it's about like being in the moment. So it was not something new for me, and it was a part of like exactly, again, it's a picture, a part of a picture that kind of like helped me to improve my meditation and stuff. So like, of course, everything that I was reading was amazing. Like it was really resonating with me, and then I started to read more and more, searching for this kind of books. Got this algorithms recommending me something, or I've been sometimes just sharing it in my stories in my Instagram, and people will reply me with like, "Oh, you have to read this book and that and that." So my collection started to grow, and my best friend gave me this the courage to be disliked, which is like another like top. It's in my top 3, and you know, like I was like, oh my god, I was so hungry, and I think I got that third eye with it. You know, like
So interesting.
amazing, like. Yeah, and I think I grew a lot since that moment. So it's like now at 1.5 years, but since January, I think I was doing a bigger progression.
Interesting. You mentioned Ego. Ego is the Enemy is another book that you have in that list. Did the Ego is the Enemy book by Ryan Holiday? I love the book too. Did that come before the Eckhart Tolle book?
It came to me later, and honestly, for me, it's a little bit primitive. Like when I was reading it, it was easy read. Like I didn't kind of. It's good to remind yourself about it. You know, sometimes read this kind of books time from time, because we are this kind of like people. We forget things, you know. So it's good if you get your favorite book, read it twice a year. You know, this is what I've done. I just finished traveling here. I finished my favorite book, Conversations with God. This book resonates with me the most, let's say. But Ego is the Enemy is an interesting book to remind yourself, but I already kind of like got the concept of ego on a deeper level. So for me, it was just easy read, you know, but it's good to start with it, for example, and then go deeper into the knowledge of it.
And going back to The Power Now, which is for you came after the sequel, let's say. And what have you learned that stayed with you? Because you said you grew up a lot from that process.
I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I was reading this, there is an Instagram page with all this philosophy stuff. And Dao Tzu, he was saying like, you are depressed if you're stuck in the past. You are anxious if you are thinking about, if you're living in the future. And you're fine and peaceful if you're living in a moment of now. Sometimes when I find myself in anxiety, for example, or excitement, or like, for example, like 2 weeks ago or last weekend, I was playing my first vinyl only set since a long time. And I was kind of like genuinely excited and kind of nervous, you know, because I didn't practice at home. I didn't have time for it. So I was like just grabbing my records, and just before going to the gig, I was in the studio of my friend checking the records, like how I'm gonna play them, because I have no idea what is there. So it was kind of, you know, exciting. And then on the way to the gig, I was feeling this mix of excitement with anxiety and everything. And I said like to myself, like, stop, like, wait. First of all, it's already happened. It's already there. Secondly, why you are worried so much if you're just in the car going there? You just enjoy your time with friends, you know? Like sometimes we just need to catch ourselves in the right moment and say, well, now I'm just sitting here. Nothing is happening. I'm just, you know, healthy. You know, I need just to make a tea or whatever. For now, everything is fine. Don't stress yourself, don't overthink. It's a good tool to stop yourself on overthinking, or, you know, this kind of moments when you feel like you're losing yourself somehow. come back to your body, come back to your presence and say, like, I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting literally on a chair, doing nothing, and nothing dramatic happening around me.
Yeah.
So it's all about the mind work. And mind work is primitive. Mind is very primitive.
It's so interesting you say that. I had a question from someone from the audience. One of my best friends wanted to ask you this question, which is, how do you bring yourself to the present moment when your mind is racing? Do you have any technique, any specific self-talk?
Well, first of all, you just say to yourself, like, I say to myself, like, Nastia, chill. Like, now, none of this is happening. This is imagination. You know, you are creating this. And the thing is that a human being is mostly willing to create negative thoughts. Like, we create the worst scenarios, you know. This is how also our mind works. So it's good to stop yourself and just talk to yourself and say, like, now none of this is happening. Chill and just observe and see how it happens. Sometimes you don't need to do anything about it. You just need to watch. And it's also a good thing. Of course, meditation is good. Meditation is good to just sit. Sometimes when I feel too tired of work, like I need a break. Usually when I was living in Athens before, like I will take a run and swim in the middle of the day to kind of like prolong my day with productivity. That will be my break. Now I will literally sit down and meditate for 20 minutes because now I learned 2 techniques. I know Vipassana, also I know transcendental meditation, which is something new for me. I learned it in August, and I love it. It's just 20 minutes. You sit down, do nothing, you know, like just flow and you know, repeating your mantra, which is helping to dive deeper on a certain levels, and then this is a tool to kind of come back to yourself and say, like, I'm fine. I'm just fine. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening.
Yes, and I think practicing meditation especially helps you a lot with that because you kind of short circuit your mind mess. Like whatever is happening, you just stop it.
First of all, you cannot stop the mind. People who say that stop thinking or like giving you a hope that you will have an opportunity to stop your mind, no, it's not going to work like that. Maximum that you can do is put in the background like a radio. Something is there, talking and like blah, blah, blah. Something is going on, but now I'm focused on something else. For example, transcendental meditation is not about focus at all. So you just let it go, you flow. It's like you're just flowing there and coming back to mantra, then again you are losing yourself. Vipassana is a focus meditation. You are kind of scanning your body, and like this meditation is about focus. It's different techniques, but it's always good to kind of let your mind work, you know. But you will see what I realized during meditation is that first of all, I saw the separation of my being and my body. It's 2 different instruments. I finally kind of felt it really naturally because my body was doing some, like, my head was, you know, losing the control, the physical control, but I was in another thing, in another destination, doing my meditation, and I didn't even realize things. For example, lately, which was really interesting for me to see, is that I was meditating. I was wearing exactly this thing, like this, and I was meditating. And at some point, I felt like, oh, my hood is going down. But of course, you don't care. You just let it go and let it down. And when I finished my meditation, I realized that the hood was on my head. It didn't move at all. I just started not feeling it. Like you lose the feeling of physical things. You get into a certain dimension where you don't feel anything material, I would say.
The awareness moves from, like, instead of trying to, I don't know, being focused into whatever is happening, it just moves somewhere else. Yeah,
you just appear in another place, you know, and it's amazing because what they say, the teachers say, that there is this pure consciousness. And of course, I'm willing to explore more about it because I find it is the most beautiful thing in life, you know.
Tell me more about it. Pure consciousness, is that, so when you said that, what I thought is this feeling of we are all the same thing. You go beyond the illusion of separation. Is that what you mean? Do you go to the higher consciousness where you feel connected to the rest, or something else?
To be honest, I don't know. I think words will never describe those feelings. Unfortunately, words we are using as an instrument, but it's a very poor instrument. It's not helping to actually express yourself when you're talking about this kind of stuff, you know, because it's a certain feeling, it's a certain state. And I think I'm on a beginner level of realizing things like that, that we are all connected and stuff. I do believe it's funny, like people will think that I'm crazy, but it's funny that I realized that we are actually creations of God because the God is experiencing life through us. So he's experimenting with us, like we're experimenting. It means that the God experimenting using us and like this kind of stuff. And it's not that I'm believing in God as in religion, because I think religion is a joke. It's a very poor imagination of God, what is God. I do believe in some higher consciousness, of course. This is what I call God. Don't misunderstand this thing, because for me, the word God is like word love, used everywhere, used and abused, you know. For me, it's just a name of this pure consciousness, or this interesting network of how we are connected, and how sometimes you realize that universe is working. Is like you just thought about it and you see it literally, somebody is doing it, or how ideas flying around and how idea is coming to you, and if you're not implementing it, it's flying away to somebody else who will implement it, and then you want to create some artwork, and suddenly you find out that it was created 10 years ago, or it was created already by another artist this exact time. You know, like all of these things, they are all connected, of course, and they're flying around. You just choose things and create your reality. And it's a big topic. I would say it's impossible to talk about it so casually, I would say. It has to be a 10 hours podcast.
I wish we can have that conversation at some point.
Yes, exactly. It's like a conversation for 5 nights.
Yeah. Have you read The Creative Act by Rick Rubin?
I have this book in 3 languages: Ukrainian, Russian,
English. It's so great, no?
But
he talks a lot about this too.
Yeah, I know, but I don't find the way it's written attractive for me, because I like to dive deep, and I don't like short things. Short things are good for Instagram, for social media. You just read it, it's good to remind, like for example, Stoic Daily. You just, open it in the morning, you read one site, and it's already good for your mindset for a day.
Yeah.
I like it, but it's not something that will kind of put me in a certain state that I want to dive deeper. That's why the format of the book is a little bit primitive for me, it's a little bit superficial. And that's why, like, every time I open it, I don't get attracted. I don't get there, So I didn't read it. I like a little bit different stuff. So it's good for the people who are not diving deeper, like just to know ideas. And I believe there is a lot of stuff, because my best friend, she is a big fan of him and this book. I trust her. I really do think that it's great, even though I didn't read it. But I think I'm a little bit in a different corner.
Space now.
Yeah, I'm in a different corner.
Yeah. I mentioned that because for me it's a very inspiring book, and he talks a lot, Rick Rubin talks a lot about what you said, about this idea of...
But the thing is that everything is crossing.
Yeah.
Like whatever book I read, I heard it already somewhere. Yeah. It's all of this knowledge, they are floating around and they are crossing each other at some point. And that's also another proof that everything is connected, and you just kind of like exploring and find the connection, but then in each book you will find something new for yourself. So that's why I love it, you know, like in each book you discover something.
Yes, and putting the pieces together is also like more interesting.
Exactly. This is what makes your vision wider and soul diving deeper.
Yes. Along these notes, is there something you change your mind on in the last 6 months?
Of course. I feel like I'm a newborn, to be honest. Yeah, I found that the most difficult was to let go things because I had a great life before war. It was amazing living in Ukraine, being surrounded by all of those people who actually show their real faces later, which I appreciate. Only looking back, of course, it was painful while it was happening in the process. But now, looking back, I'm grateful we got separated and they show their real faces. It kind of like cleaned my space and gave me space to focus on myself and discover and explore and dive deeper in my own inner world. I'm grateful for any kind of experience. I think letting go was the most hard thing, which I learned. Now it's much easier. I just, like whatever, I'm looking forward to what's next and like appreciating every kind of experience. And I do think that as harder experience is better, you kind of learn and it's an instrument, it's an opportunity to grow. Yeah, because nobody is growing in a comfort zone. Literally nobody. Like comfort zone is something that you should be running out of. The challenge itself is the opportunity to grow. So I appreciate it. And of course, gratitude. Like I do appreciate simple things. Like, for example, sitting on a train and like saying like, oh, thanks, it was so easy. Like it's quite smooth travel still, even though it takes me one day. I was just like, it's, thanks for hot water that I got in the shop because I'm starting the day with a hot water because I had time for it, because then you can get stuck in a queue in the passport control and you don't know how much time you have for the next train. It's like, but once you're on a train and everything went smooth, you say, oh, thank you. It was smooth, no stress,
Yes.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So this kind of things that you're discovering, implementing, practicing, and then you find out that life is actually not a difficult thing. No, it's not.
Appreciation, right, for the small
Appreciation,
things.
gratitude, and being open for any kind of experience and learn how to let go the past, because past isn't existing anymore. It's already gone. There is nothing to do about it. Don't go back.
Is this something you think you have really started experiencing after the war? Because they forced you to actually grow in this sense.
Yes. Unpopular opinion, I'm very grateful to this war also as well. Like, of course, I'm not going to talk about obvious things about death and losses and destruction. This is something that obvious, I'm not happy about it and I don't wish it to anybody. But in the same time, we should also be honest about opportunities that we got to grow, to move around, to experience something. Because, as I said, most valuable experience go through the pain and the lose and hurt and this kind of stuff. So that's how I actually learned to appreciate this. Because it really helped me to become who I am today. Without this experience, I would be just, I'm looking back to myself when I was having this, easy times. Everything was easy, fun. And it was fun, but I would not go back there. No, because now I feel that I see the life differently and it's much better for me.
Yeah.
And I came here to this point only because that hard experience that helped me to. It was just a path. It was a process, a part of the process. So we have to be aware of hardest experience that we have in our life. It's literally an opportunity, a task, and an instrument. It's good for you
to improve.
Yeah. If you see it this way, you will go through, you will become much stronger, much better, much easier, and much helpful for others too. You'll be much more able to share yourself with others and, be useful for the community, for other people.
Yes, clear. And there's also, we discussed before the interview, you were mentioning that you now moved back to Ukraine. And for you, you are a touring DJ, that's your main occupation. You travel for playing every week. And now it's super difficult for you to travel, right?
Well, I would say, I say hi to Setok Mas at this point,
Yes.
because I think he's the only one who knows, from DJs who knows how it feels, because he was living, I think, 1 year in Ukraine during the war, and he was traveling the way I'm traveling right now. But he was even more hardcore than I am. I take it easy. I give myself a day to travel. Because he had his wife in Kiev. He was so excited to come back. He was rushing things, and he did some crazy shit, like really. Like having an early flight to Munich, from Munich to Rzeszów. From Rzeszów, he will jump into the car, into the taxi, 1 hour drive to the border, going through border. On that side, there is another taxi driver is waiting for you. 2.5 hours to Lviv. In Lviv, you are jumping in the last wagon to the train, and you are Sunday evening, you are ending up being home with your wife. And this is like, but it's too crazy. It's intense. I say to myself, like, we don't need that. We don't have a husband at home to rush to, and nothing like that. So I would better take it easy, have my night train, and I will come back to Kiev on a Monday morning. So wherever I go, it takes me 1 day, because you first take the night train. And
to
then
Poland, or?
You take night train, you go to, there are a few ways.
It depends, yeah.
Yeah, mostly I go to Poland, and it depends which city you go. Sometimes you can go through passport control inside of the train. They get inside, you have a stop, they check the passport. In Przemysl, for example, there you go out and you wait for 1 hour. Imagine if it's a winter. I decided to myself, now we are not doing this during the winter, because you can get stuck there for 1 hour. You wait in outdoor, and you wait for the passport control. Then you take another train. You go to Rzeszów or you go to Krakow. It doesn't matter. You still take another train to go to the airport. And then you take a flight. You're lucky if you are going with direct train, with direct flight somewhere. Sometimes, and most of the times, you take a connection flight. So imagine, it's 24 hours at least.
Yeah.
My longest travel so far...
Each way, because you need to come back.
Yeah, each way. It's the bare minimum. It's like, this is standard. My longest travel from Ukraine to Thailand was 44 hours from the schedule of the train coming to the hotel. And you know what? I kind of like it. I don't complain about it. I find it like, first of all, this is the price for me to leave home. Because living home for me, it's more important than anything else. Like, it's kind of, my root is there. Some people can find home anywhere else. I can't. I really need to be in Ukraine, because I found that when I was dislocated for 3 years, I was a refugee officially. It feels like you're nobody, nowhere. You represent nothing, and you have no right to talk about things which happens in Ukraine, because you're not there, and you cannot help yourself to be silent about it. So it's like, it's a total mess. It was a total mess for me mentally. So when I moved back to Ukraine, I said, well, traveling is gonna be the price that we pay for it. For we, it's me and many of me inside, many others. We pay for it, but I don't care. I find things to do on the way. Of course, it's a little bit tired. Like, when you're tired, you're not able to do so productive work, like production or like so focusing work. You can read the book or something, but still, you can find stuff to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's reading time, right?
And I love it. I travel always myself. I don't have a tour manager, nobody. I like my time with myself. And most of the times, I'm more productive on while traveling rather than at home, because at home I get distracted by the dog, a daughter, things to do, some, basic stuff. But when I'm traveling, it's just me, my time, and what I want to do.
Yeah. I have two follow-up questions. One is on, you mentioned before that it felt when you had to move out of Ukraine. I think you went to Amsterdam first, then Athens, and then maybe somewhere else. I don't know.
No, only Amsterdam and Athens, yeah.
You felt you couldn't really feel that you could talk about Ukraine. You felt, were you feeling misaligned? Like almost like your kind of art and values were in Ukraine and you felt I'm escaping and you didn't want to?
Exactly. It was the most difficult point because outside of Ukraine, I was being loud and people didn't get it. People didn't understand it. It was too much for them, literally. And in Ukraine, for Ukrainian people, it was not enough. And so you appear to be in the middle. You are not accepted there because it's too much, and you're not accepted there because it's not enough. And then it felt very frustrating because you do what you feel. Like I did literally what I felt. It was a scream out of myself. With all of this aggressive demands and everything, here in Europe, people are very soft and tolerant. They are not accepting this kind of stuff. They are not ready for that. They don't know what to do with it, They are not, they don't have this kind of a culture and experience to be in the state. Yes. I think it's also about experience. But for Ukrainians, I was not good enough to represent Ukraine. I was literally almost canceled there. How can you tour while we're here under the bombs? Yeah, but this is my job, most of the people didn't even understand that actually it's my official profession. I'm paying taxes, how do you want me to make money? What do you want me to do? Stop playing music? And also when I said that I'm donating half of my fees, half of the fees is not enough. It's everything you do is not enough. Here and there, you feel frustrated, yes. And only when I moved back to Ukraine, being there, hearing all of the red alarms, being there it gives me more right to talk about it. I think it's kind of like a feeling. Yeah, it's just a feeling. Yeah. It's not that I didn't have this right. It's just it feels right now.
To be back and be in
Not
your
to be back, but it kind of feels right to do that, that I'm here, I'm present, I'm also living in Ukraine. I see what's happening. I hear all of these noises and see all of this destruction. I'm experiencing it every day. I'm not an imposter, here. I'm not. I'm a part of it.
Have you ever felt like an imposter? Because you mentioned that.
Of course, yeah. You're literally a lonely single thing floating around and nobody really cares about you. That's why I say that nobody cares about you and nobody's gonna save you, no. It's only you and yourself.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask, going back to what we were saying before about being present, for example, you come from a country that was being bombarded by Russia. My struggle sometimes with, for example, mindfulness and presence is, yes, I can stop thinking about my personal worries, about what is going to happen this afternoon or tomorrow, right? My work and my stuff and my past. But there is still a part of me that still thinks about, for example, Ukraine or now Palestine, for example. That's my hardest thing to then say, how do I disconnect completely and be in the present moment? When you know there is something that is so much bigger than us, that is completely beyond our control. I'm saying that because that's probably the key eventually, that it's very hard to put that in the back of the mind, for real.
Well, first of all, we all need to learn one easy thing. We should focus only on what we can control.
Yeah.
Becoming a better person, this is already a contribution to society. Work on yourself, focus on yourself, improve your inner world, explore, let your soul evolve, and there where you will have this real humanity. It will be present in your energy, in the way you look at others, in the way you talk to others. And yeah, if we all do this, everything will become better. Of course, I think awareness is the only that we can do. Share your thoughts, share materials in media, from media to your social media. Share things about what bothers you, what you think is wrong. Show your values. Tell the world what is important for you, what you think about it, how you feel about it. And because empathy is a part of being your own self, we have to have this imagination, how to put yourself on a place of those people who are there. This is empathy, you can put yourself in their shoes and imagine how you sleeping in a tent for so many months under the rockets and everything, and you have no access for basic things. I have no idea how those people live there. Have no idea. And we should not imagine, we should be grateful that we don't have this experience, but at the same time, to help those people is only about awareness. We have to share this information and also make clear where you're standing. People need to understand who you are and on which side you are, who you're supporting. This is what I'm saying for the artists. It's important to clarify your position, because you are a public person, and otherwise you're fooling other people because they don't even know. It's cheating, it's lying, it's disgusting for me, I really want to be real for those who are following me, even though if you're not gonna like it, if my side is not your side, but at least you know which is my side, and it's important. You are clarifying who you are, sharing your real are, and maybe through this experience you will change your mind and learn something else if somebody will start talking to you about it. So it's all important process. But if you want to escape that heavy feeling, it's not even escaping, it's about also understanding that the world is still perfect. The experience that we are going through is important. Wars, if we created the wars, that means it's important for us. Because in wars, we also see who we are. This quote from one of the books I was reading, that Hitler was actually good for his nation. He was a hero. Because he was protecting the interest of German nation after the Second World War, where the international society humiliated them so much, and it was not a fair conditions for them. So Hitler was a hero in Germany back in the days when he was acting. And the Second World War happened only because international society let him do what he did. Same now with Russia and Israel. This is only about what we let those people do to others. We have to stand up and clarify and see and self-reflect. This is not us. We don't want to be those people who create this destruction. We don't want it. Please stop it. We know already that we don't want it. It's not us. And it actually helps to understand who you are. Also, one of my favorite quotes is, to understand who you are, you first need to find out who you are not. And this is how I actually deny a concept of mistakes, of lessons, of everything, because everything became just an experience.
Forms you.
Yeah, experience through where you kind of find out who you really are, because it's a long journey.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think it's a beautiful way to explain it and to put it. It's for example, you have a daughter. Like, what kind of does she's I don't know how old she is.
She's 17.
17. You must be having these discussions with her too. Like, do you wish that you could do more to show that you are doing more?
I think this is my main struggle with her, because I really want to share everything I just discovered, like, Uliana, please, can you read this book? Please, can you read this book? It's like, please.
Yeah.
she only read The Courage to be Disliked, and she said, "Mom, it seems like I'm not ready for this. Yes, of course, there are things that I found interesting, but I don't have the experience to actually self-reflect on it." She's a very intelligent girl. Like, we're really talking about everything. I'm open-minded mom. Like, there is literally no prohibited or taboo topic in our family. And I said, like, well, when you're going to be in the crisis, we talk about it. Like, she has to get into the crisis first to start searching for those tools, Now it's too early. Now she's thinking about love, relationship. She wants to build relationship, friendships, and stuff like that. So it's too early, I think.
Yeah.
But I really wish her, and I know that I'm kind of like this insurance, like I'm always there, and whatever happens, I will be there for her to kind of guide her, like where it is better to go, where to start, from meditation or from the book or from the psychotherapy, because she was doing some psychotherapy as well. And I told her, like,
During the war? After the war?
during the war, before even, I started it very early. I said to Liana, it's very good for you. It's just a habit. It has to be a habit to go to psychotherapy. It's like, whatever task you find difficult, you go for help, and psychotherapists will help you to just find a better way to do it. Maybe he will highlight, or they will highlight some things that you don't see yet. And it's amazing. Psychotherapy is, everybody has to go to psychotherapist. Everybody. It's there we start.
Yeah.
There we start, and then we grow, and get more stuff. But yeah, I'm very curious about Uliana's path.
Yeah.
And as a mother, of course, I want to share everything, but be patient.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she's young, very young. Two things that I was interested in learning more about is, one, you tour a lot. Like, she ever comes with you? Does she ever come with you?
She traveled with me a lot too.
Okay.
Because she's traveling with me since 3, and now she's 17.
Yeah.
She's been to many continents. Every time I have some interesting tours, long tours, I would prefer to take her with me. Doesn't matter the school or kindergarten. For me, it's not important. But traveling together, this is important. This is a real experience, life experience. So for her now, she's at the point of almost 18 in January. She's seen so much already, and it's amazing because every travel, every tour gives her experience, and she's absolutely independent, mature woman who can manage herself. And she actually doesn't need me only for emotional support and stability. It's only about exchange as woman to woman.
Yeah. She's becoming more self-sufficient, of course, with age.
Yeah, and literally we had the call, like 40 minutes call, and at the end of the call, she said, like, "Mom, I wanted to ask, do you sometimes have this feeling when you're looking into our picture, like asking yourself, like, I literally look at our picture sometimes, it's like, this woman is my mother." Like, so weird. It's like, I say, "Uliana, you have no idea." I question myself, like, every time I see you in a picture, it's like, this is my daughter. It's like,
Yeah.
how come? When I managed to actually had a baby.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, I'm crying.
It is insane.
It's insane because it's like in between of the tours, and like I'm like a meteor, doing everything in the same time. Learned time management while having a baby, a distant management, how to be in South America, manage something in Kyiv for her, It's crazy, but this is the most precious experience I had in my life, I think. I really respect women who decide to be child-free. I think this is the best decision. Like, once you feel that you are not a mother and you want to live and enjoy your life without all of these things, I respect it, and I think this is the most healthy way. But mothers who decide in the end to have a baby, especially in like age like me, because I gave a birth when I was like my baby myself, it was too early, obviously. I think that giving a birth is good, like after 35, where you already have an idea who you are, and like you already tried a lot of things, you experience life a little bit, you have something to share already. So I think after 35 is a good start for become a mother. And the motherhood itself is a great experience. You learn so much. it's such a refreshing energy. You kind of like, she helps me to stay younger, you know, with all of this like things that she brings out from TikTok and everything, which I'm not there, but I really like to know about it, you know. Music, it's crazy because in one of my boiler room I played the track which she showed me, and I said it to my friend. It's like, I need an edit on this, like, can you please make a techno edit on this track because I really want to play it. So it's like, it's an opportunity to explore and see the world as a bigger place, you know, like, it's amazing experience. Motherhood is an amazing, valuable experience, but only if you're ready for that.
It must be wild.
It's wild, yes. It was a wild ride. Now I'm happy. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know what? Like, now at this point of my life, I feel the happiest life. It's an official statement. I have never felt and I never lived a more peaceful life than now. And it's because I'm single, and it's because my daughter is already adult, and I don't need to, because motherhood was bothering me. It was fucking exhausting. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Motherhood is exhausting, and you're not your own self. Like, you have opportunities if you manage your baby to stay with somebody. You have things for yourself to do sometimes, but you're not for yourself. And it's like, it's a big thing. It's not funny. It's a serious work. In the same time, while you have a career and trying to find out things about yourself.
Crazy.
So it's not fun most of the times. And but in the same time, of course, now I feel like, okay, my program is done. Married twice, had a child, you know. Now it's time to leave. It's my time. I'm living my life the way I am. I'm not having a problem to travel anywhere or to do anything just because I'm done with everything else. This is the start of my life now.
Beautiful. It's a long journey, and I was wondering, how did your perception of yourself change from before having your daughter, through first years of having your daughter, and to now?
First of all, I think, as I'm a DJ, traveling a lot and being in this environment all the time, I didn't have any relationship with drugs. The first time I tried drugs when I was 34 only, because I felt like it didn't feel like, I didn't go to the after party because she was waiting for me home. I had to rush back home. I didn't have this like punk style lifestyle, rock style, because she was waiting for me, and I didn't want to have this image for her, because like she was my mirror, you know, and she kind of like was mirroring the best things about myself. So I stayed like very clear, very grounded, and very clean as a woman, to be an example for her and be pure for her, to kind of be able to deliver the best for her. And for me, it was she played a crucial role in this, for me to stay pure. And I think you're learning a lot. Exactly as I say, like management, because you need to manage a lot of things in the same time. Now I'm using this tool, and it's crazy. Like, I'm so capable of so much. I'm like a rocket, honestly. Like, from the morning to the evening, I'm just constantly doing something. Sometimes there are the days when I don't even sit, like, because I'm constantly doing something, and I love it. The best gratitude coming out from me in the end of the day, when I'm under the blanket and saying like, thank you for this day being so productive. Because being productive for me is the source of happiness, you know. Like, I like to be productive, this crazy extreme productive. This is where I get the energy for the next day, you know. It's the main motivation, actually.
Yeah. And so essentially you went into like a big life gym with your daughter, because you had to do it.
Hard training.
Hard training, exactly.
Yes.
And then your muscles are very trained, and now you can refocus more on your career, because your daughter is growing up. It's a bit more free and independent, and then you can apply all of this into the rest of your life.
Now, almost every time, all the time is mine, almost.
Yeah.
Like, it's a couple of more years, she still needs me emotionally mostly. but I know that in a couple of years it will be just me, and I cannot wait for it. Like, I'm so excited. You have no idea. Like, it's literally like I feel like a newborn who's just starting the life, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I have so much knowledge already, so much experience, and I'm so zen. Like, I was meditating last time in Kyiv before going, before taking the train. I heard how air defense was shutting down the drones and rockets, and I was just there meditating. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I'll never wish anything better for myself.
Yeah. You mentioned, I mean, definitely becoming a mother was a pivotal moment, something that shifted your life. You said it was the most beautiful and meaningful thing of your life, and now you're going through a phase of being born again. In terms of your music career, was there a moment that it felt, I think you mentioned that in previous interviews, this was like maybe almost 20 years ago, where you said, okay, I'm gonna go full-time on music. Were there moments that for you are really meaningful in your music career?
Yes, of course. Most of the times, it's like if I'm not experimenting with, like, every time I was experimenting about something that others do, and it's like, shall I try this or shall I try that? You know, it looks great. Maybe I should go there. It's normal. You want to experiment, try things. But every time I was going there because of the external reasons, I will get lost. And that will be like a burning out, exhaustion, or something like that. But most of the times, I do something because I feel it. And all of my ideas, the way I went through pandemic was amazing. I released 2 important projects in my life, True Talk and Scary Beautiful. It was absolutely amazing to work on that. And even yesterday, I was talking with a friend where I'm staying here in Berlin. He is living here. And we spoke about it. Yeah, I saw the set from this like carrier, you know, with all of this like machines with mining and everything. Like it looks crazy. Like, do you realize now that it looks crazy, and you should maybe bring it back to the Instagram and remind everyone how crazy and amazing it was? And I checked the video. I was like, oh my God. The music is great. The background is great. Everything is just amazing, you know, like, so once I'm doing something that I'm into, this is pureness. And this is, that's why I'm not a strategist. There was a question in list about how do I find a way balance in between commercial. What was the question?
Yeah, so my question was, how do you find the balance or your way to navigate being true to yourself, really doing something you want to do, and finding commercial success? Because I think, do you even think about commercial success?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I guess that's the reason why. Yeah, that's the reason why you're saying this. Yeah.
I wish I would think about success, financial success or commercial success. I think even my manager was struggling with me because I didn't know where I'm going. I was just, it's so intuitively, you know, it's so just here. Okay, I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Just like that, you know, I have no idea. I have no education in finances. I'm not a strategist. I have no idea how it works. I have no idea how to plan things, how you can plan. It's in the future. I'm here now. You know, like, how do people plan something? In my imagination, it's impossible. It is the hardest thing to plan. That's why it's like, I think commercial success is coming as a result of being true to something that you love to do, because the point of life, the aim of life is an evolution of soul and self-release. Like, what is success? What is success for you? What is success that we are talking about?
I wanted to ask you a question, but yeah.
For me, success is a self-release. If I feel I'm self-released and I'm self-purpose, like, you know, if I did something that I wanted to do in this life, this is already success. It's like the money comes, they go. I don't have savings. I don't have projects. I didn't buy as a backup any business, or I didn't invest money in anything. I'm totally, if tomorrow another pandemic comes, I'm without a pants, you know, like, I have nothing. Like, it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem in the modern world. It's not something to be proud of. I'm not proud of it. I wish I was having a different mindset, or like the construct of mind thinking, you know, like some people are really, I'm so envy of people who are strategists, who are really thinking forward, you know. I'm not. I'm just, today I want to do it, let's do it. Have an opportunity, let's do it. Like, you know, it's all this impulsive intentions. This is how I build my career. There is nothing else behind it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah, so essentially the question doesn't hold because you don't care about some commercial success. It's more about, can you actualize
I
this?
wish that it will be successful. I wish that I would be paid for it. But for example, my YouTube channel or this interviews that I was talking,
True talk,
I did it. Yeah, I did it for myself lately. I was paying it from my own pocket. Or the label. Do you think my label is successful financially? No.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, depends,
No,
right?
no. Since the beginning, like I never made money with my label. It's still an investment, but I cannot stop it. Even in the hard times, I did think about stopping the label and quitting, at least 2 times lately for the last year. I was like, so exhausting. It's like it looks great, everything is cool, but I'm still paying for it. You know, like I'm paying for salaries. I'm paying for stuff and from my own pocket, but in the end and then they're like, no, I like it, it's cool.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
I cannot stop it now. Let's go, let's see, maybe in the future you will fix it, but for so far you are handling this and it's okay, let's go further.
Yeah.
This is how I decide things. It's all about intuition, about how I feel about it, you know. So
Are there ever times where you say, this is too much? Because it's like, even though there is a part of you that really wants to do it, but then you're, Nastia, fuck, this is like, I can't do this 10 to 10 thing in my week.
but then it's all about priorities, and you should be the priority number one. Even if you like the idea, but if you feel that you're really distracted and you're not enjoying it, it's better to stop. Yes, you always must choose yourself. With motherhood as well.
Yeah.
People asking me like, how did you manage things? Like, how did you manage the career being a mother? I said, because I always choose myself. Like, if I'm not self-released, if I'm not happy, what I'm gonna give to a child? Okay, what do you want me to do? Sit home, look after the child 24/7, and to get where exactly? Like, this is not the way. This is the traditional thinking, which is absolutely false. Like, we should stop thinking like that. If once you decide to have a child, it doesn't mean that you need to sacrifice anything. You just need to find a way how to raise the child and still do your thing. And this is what I did. And I was honest, always honest about it. And even in the face of Uliana, I said, Uliana, I'm sorry, but you always was number 2 in my life. And I don't pretend that I'm this mother who is giving everything, all the best to your child. No, it's my life. I give you your life. You're going to find out what you're going to do with it. I can only support you the way you need, the basic support. I can help you to go through some stuff. I love you. And I'm happy to be there for you all the time. But my things are the first ones. That's why I'm touring. That's why I'm away and stuff like that. I'm number 1. Only in a relationship I fell. Only in a relationship. With men, I fell this.
You failed to be number 1?
Yes, sometimes. And it's always bringing me in the wrong place. So this is maybe another next task, to learn how to, in a relationship, be still number 1.
So interesting. What makes a difference?
First of all, entering, I learned it lately, and I see that was something wrong that I was doing. Entering the relationship, it shouldn't be from the deficit, and not thinking that I'm entering the relationship because this person can give me this. I see that he has it and I want it, you know. You have to enter the relationship from thinking that what I can give the person, because it's about what I can give and I can share, and not about what I can get and what I can receive. And it's not about that I was looking for somebody who was giving me something, because I was always self-sufficient. Like, I had everything that I needed. Like, I'm successful, I have money, like I have a career, everything. Like, I don't need a man for that. But it was something else, different kind of stuff, but still from, I would say, I think from deficit, from something that I wanted and I didn't have. And this is wrong. And it was always wrong. And here I am single, but happy. And knowing now what was the mistake and what I need to try. And like, if I meet somebody, what will be my first intention, how I need to analyze this opportunity.
What would you do differently now? Let's say tomorrow you meet a person that seems interesting, you feel you want to spend time with them. How would Nastia now approach that differently compared to before?
First of all, I'm really asking myself every day, like, how did I date anybody? I've got no time. First question to myself was like, where I gonna get time for it? Like, I literally don't have time for a relationship at this point of my life. Lately, maybe when I'm open for it, I'm not open for it right now.
Yeah.
This is the last thing I want in my life right now. So once I want it, and once I meet somebody, I think it will be about something that I like this person. I like to spend time with it. Yes, I will find the time for it. But it's just to explore this person, discover this person more, and see if this person is that deep that I need. Because my main value right now is the spiritual growth. Is if this person can be successful in any way in life, but if there is nothing to talk about, what's the point of this relationship?
Yeah.
For me, and this is the hardest task. I don't really see a man who will be deep enough for my interest,
For where you are right now.
Yeah, literally nobody is interesting for me. Like, I see people, I see their eyes, I see their souls, I see the kindness, this like naiveness even sometimes, this how to say, enthusiasm about women and about relationship, the care and everything. I see all of this, yes, but I don't see the depth. And the depth for me is the main point right now. Only person with a deep imagination and vision of life will be interesting for me.
And would you would approach it differently in that you would also, because you mentioned before that for you was like in previous relationship at least, you were seeking something in the other person, and now you would be from, if that would happen, whenever that happens, like you would be into more a giving mode, like without expecting something.
Yeah, I need to first ask myself, is this relationship the wish to be in a relationship? It's coming from where? So I need to find the source in myself and be honest with myself and see, like, is it coming from a sexual energy, or it's coming from social point, like being successful or having money or whatever, or it's coming because this is the person that is interesting for me. You always need to like really, really asking yourself deep down and honest, if you're really willing to be with this person, what is this intention? Where is it coming from which part of your inner world? And this will be the best filter for yourself, and this will prevent the relationship that you don't want, because I don't believe in unsuccessful relationship. Every relationship is successful because it's a path, it's a process, and you still learn something, and it's a valuable experience. It doesn't matter how you end up, but every relationship is successful. You just need to see what you learned in it. But yeah, to start a new relationship, that's the question, how you start it. And now this is my new thing, like, okay, I have a task. Next time I will be interested in men, I need to see where is it coming from. Yeah.
To really, ask yourself.
Ask yourself. I'm grateful for everything. I even wrote a big letter to this person saying, like, without this experience, I wouldn't be who I am right now.
Yeah.
So thank you for everything.
It's a beautiful way. It's something that I do also with some of my best friends. Whenever there is an important bad thing that happens to any of us, we kind of write a letter of why these things served us, in a way, like each one of us independently. And we send a reminder to ourselves in 1 month, 6 months, and 12 months. It's a very cool way to...
Well, I'm writing the diary every day, so it's a very good practice. I cannot imagine my life without it anymore.
For you, it helps you release and process, I guess, as well.
Yeah, it's like a self-therapy. Yeah, it literally works like that. Especially if it's something emotional and you're writing it down, it really, really helps. It's like you feel like somebody's listening to you, and or at least you listening to yourself. So easy practice, very useful.
You're giving space to yourself. I want to talk a little bit about music, and then we. I can talk.
What time is it now? we just got lost.
I would talk about this. Like it's super interesting for me, like the human condition, and talk about spirituality and growth.
Honestly, for me, it's the most important thing because this affects your music.
For sure.
This affects the way you build your career. It affects everything. Of course, I think it's a good beginning.
Yeah.
But if you want to know something about music, of course.
We'll do part 2 for sure. We're going to talk about consciousness next time. 10 hours conversation. What is your relationship with production?
Well, I have no relationship with production.
Okay.
I'm honest about it. I'm starting production right now. I'm studying with different people, but I'm a very ambitious person. So my point is that I already have idea what I want to do. I have albums in my mind. I have things that I want to release. So there is music inside of me, of course. And with all of my experience, that will be stupid not to use it. So of course I'm into production. I cannot say I'm good in it yet, but I'm definitely willing to learn it in a serious way.
Yeah. So
now I'm working on a project that will help me to apply for a certain very serious school. It's electronic music production course for 2 years, full time. So I will be there from Monday to Friday every day, going to the university. And this is what I really want to do. I really want to study it properly. I want to know it properly. I don't want to have another imposter syndrome in production. That I want to talk about it openly. I want to share what I will be learning. I just want to become a producer because this is the only thing I haven't done in my career. And it's so logical, like this is the step that I must do for myself. And this is a part of my evolution as a human as well. It's part of my path. So I'm really willing to study it properly, studying it in university.
And I'm sure, like from how you talk about your other projects, I think maybe it wasn't the time for you to do that because you had other things that pull more of your attention.
Well, of course, definitely, I'm trusting the universe. I'm also trusting the time. I do believe that everything happens in a certain moment because it has to be like that and no other way. And we have to accept it the way it is. And in the moment, it happens. So I do think it's a very logical and natural evolution of myself. And I do believe it's in time because now I said that I'm finally free. I have time for it. I'm still successful enough to afford it. And this is what I want to do, yes, because it's the beginning of my new life and I want to be a student again, at least.
Yeah, excited for you.
Super excited. This is the most exciting thing in my life at this moment.
Super cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
And also, it's a beautiful journey. Like, even before you actually release anything, it's just worth the time.
Yes, and I do think that this will change me even more. Because I feel that DJing is too tight for me. I feel like it's not enough space there anymore, like I've done pretty much everything. Labels, projects, I've been touring around. I've been around for 20 years, of course, I'm bored, For how long I can do this? Like, there is no progress. I need to grow, and there is no, I'm into the sillies already, like, okay, but where I have to go next, you know. So production is definitely the natural way to evolve. Yeah.
What does it mean to be an artist for you?
I don't think I'm an artist. I don't take myself as an artist. I do respect art, and I think that I didn't do any artistic yet. Like my standards of art are very high, so I'm not throwing this word left and right. You know, that's why I'm still calling myself a DJ. DJing, yeah, can be a certain form of art, but I will not overestimate it or overrate it. We have to be careful with things that we are overrating, because it's playing a very bad joke with us. This is how we see the TikTok DJs and everything. Yeah, you know, this is your job, the result of your job as well. So we should be very careful with words. And I don't think I'm a proper artist. I do have a potential of being an artist, that for sure, but I didn't explore it yet properly.
For example, how would you see in that realm NECHTO, your label, right? So
Yes.
you are promoting art in that sense. Are you creating a platform for art to exist?
This label for me now, it has a bigger meaning, because I have a team now who helps me to build a label, not only as a platform for the artists. We're not just, I don't want just to release music. I want to produce a good product. If you receive the record, is amazing. It's 180 grams, it's heavy. You can use it, it's much better. Covers, of course, because we do a collaboration with different artists. I already know the next artist who's going to be presenting his covers for the label next. And it's also like an art form. It's also a collaborative opportunity. And then, of course, now we are building up it in the way of media. We want to share, we want to support our artists. We want to share their inner world, like what they think about art, like, or something. Like we pick up a certain topic and we talk about it with our artists, and then we represent them in our media, like in our social networks and everything, because we want to show you who is behind this music. For me, it's valuable because, as I said, I want to know who I'm signing. I want to know who I'm representing for other people, you know. These people must have certain values, and we have to be on the same page of what kind of future we see, this kind of stuff. So it's all connected.
I think I saw Andy Martin.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Amazing.
One
Love
of my
Andy.
favorites now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so authentic, so authentic.
I love him.
I'm hunting for this kind of artists, you know, like
Yeah.
to represent something deeper than just good music. For me, good music is never enough. I'm honest about it, and I'm honest with people who send in me the demos. I always say, your music sounds good, you have a groove, you have a feeling, like the production is good, but something is missing, you know, emotionally something is missing. Like I don't feel like I was touched by this track or something. Like I'm, as a label owner, I have a right to select it the way I want, and I really want this music to be emotional and give me a feedback of like what I feel about it, you know.
Yeah, very beautiful. I mean, Andy Martin for me was a recent discovery. I discovered at the beginning of this year through, I was in Mexico, and then I asked some of my Mexican friends, can you recommend someone that I wouldn't know from Mexico? And both of them, I think I asked 3 people, and all the 3 of them said Andy Martin amongst the first 2. And I thought, I need to reach out to this person. And then I started digging into the music, and I reached out. He was super nice. We started connecting, and then he was in Berlin, playing in Bergen. We interviewed him. I got the chance to spend some time with him. Really, really cool person.
Beautiful human being, and intelligent, authentic,
Yes.
and talented. I mean, he's the best that I imagine about the artist. Yeah, he's a good example.
Yeah, very cool. And going toward the final part of the conversation for now, part 1. I'm gonna ask you some final questions, and we can make it like super quick, like whatever comes to mind first. What drives you in life in 3 words?
Drives me. I think you know it. I think it's this is not a question. I think curiosity, the knowledge. This will be one thing because it's in one thing. Yeah, research. No, wait. Yeah, evolution.
Growth.
So curiosity, knowledge, evolution, and I think beauty and love. This is another thing that is also connected in me because love is beautiful, and beauty that I see in the world is also love to me. So I see. You know what? A funny thing. There's just a little remark. I don't see people as people anymore. Since I started to study this kind of this spiritual growth and spiritual thing, I don't see people as people anymore because for me the body and the person is just a form. But there inside I see the little lights, like like in the cartoons you will see there's a little light there. It's a soul, undiscovered soul, which is knocking the person from inside, and it's only your decision if you want to hear it or not. So I see those souls, abandoned souls, those souls who people hear, they're really like listening to the souls and stuff like that. So this is the beautiful thing for me. Like I stopped seeing people as people. That's why I stopped judging. That's why I stopped saying good or bad or something like that. This kind of like a range. I'm getting away from it because I see those little souls who want to be discovered, and for me it's cute. That's why everybody became cute instantly. So it's, for me it's beauty, but it's also the release of my inner love, because it's coming from a natural love to humans.
For life too.
The life itself, yeah. It can be in anything, any form. And being human is also a form.
Yeah, beautiful appreciation. And there's something that came to mind is the state of awe, like of just appreciation of the beauty of whatever exists.
Appreciation, gratitude. 3 words is not enough, Yeah, because it's much more than that.
Yeah, very cool. What is a trait of your personality that is a blessing and what is a curse?
Honesty.
Both
Definitely
curse and
curse. People hate me for that. People don't know what to do with my honesty. Like when I'm talking about things that are not common to talk about, everybody goes nuts. And it affects my career, my profile, my reputation, I would say, everything. But it's also, for me, it's more about filtering because I want to be surrounded by people who know what I mean. So I'm not scared and it's not painful for me to see that misunderstanding and misconception of me because people really interpret it in a way that I'm toxic or I'm this and that. So people try to label me in certain ways that if they didn't understand me, that means that I'm bad or toxic or whatever. For me, it's all about their self-reflection because in the end, whatever other people say, they say about themselves. It's not about me. There's something to do with themselves.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me and myself. Yeah.
It's a good filtering as well for
filter. It's a filter. Yes. It helps me to see, because it's a big. I mean, I'm having 500,000 followers on Instagram, which is I think, shadow banned half of it. I'm not having a good numbers lately, and I think it's because of the shadow ban, or many people maybe didn't handle my truth and mute me, also could be. So I don't care about it. For me, it's more about people who want to stay with me and who are there for me, because this is how you find your people.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about this? Who would you be if you were not a DJ?
I will be a psychologist or psychotherapist.
Yeah,
I think
therapist.
psychotherapist. But I will definitely I will really work with other people. I will make a group of people and work on a new school of psychology. Because I find, not even a school, but new form of psychotherapy. Because for me, any school is not enough. Jung is not enough. Freud is not enough. Alfred Adler is not enough. Each of them is not enough. Only when you combine them together, there you go, and there you see that, okay, here is this, here is that. So I think we need a new form of psychotherapy where people can find the right instruments for themselves, and it can be everywhere, anywhere. So like I don't like this separation, you know, like I think we have to find a new form where you will be able to use much more than just one school.
Different tools from different schools.
Yeah.
For
You need to
needed.
offer it to the people so people can make their own collection of tools and instruments, because it's all about individuality, of course, and there is no formulas. Of course, there are formulas sometimes, but I don't think so. Like, I mean, it's much more deep and sensitive than just a formula. Yeah, so we need to offer to the people much more than just a certain
As individuals.
method. Yes.
Clear. And hypothetical question: if you were carrying a flag with you all the time, what would that say, or what would be a symbol on it?
I think it will be just a white flag. Yeah, because everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, people.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm just
You
a
have
white flag with red leaves, symbolizing life, blood, and love. I would say so. On the heart. Yeah, it will be white flag, definitely, because white is a light color, and there you can see whatever you want, and I respect the vision and opinion of everyone, so you can see anything you want in this white color on my white flag.
Acceptance also, yeah.
Anything. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's always up to you what you're gonna see or what you're gonna hear and how you're gonna interpret it for yourself.
Very cool. And something about music. What has been one of the funniest or weirdest guest list requests you've ever received?
I think I don't remember. My memory is so short. Yeah, that's why I'm writing a diary.
Yeah.
This is like, sometimes I have a funny stories with my friends, like my best friends. Like we spend time together. Nastia, do you remember we were there and you were doing this and like we were laughing so much? Like, really?
No way.
Zero memory. Zero. It's blind spot. It's like, no way. And they all so disappointed all the time. Like, oh, come on, not now, not in this case. It was so funny. How could you forget about it? I was like, sorry. It's just like that. So about DJing moments, I'm there for 20 years. I think there was something.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe something weird, like, for example, I've been once in Baku, in Azerbaijan. I was there invited by my Romanian, not even a friend, but I knew this guy. So he decided that Baku is missing good music. So he brought me there. And I went this crazy way to Baku from Odessa. It was 3 flights. I traveled there a long way. I came there. So he brought me to this place. And it was very funny place, like half restaurant, half club. And I started to play. And in 15 minutes, I had somebody coming to me. It's like, you know, I think your music doesn't fit here. Do you mind to finish?
No.
So
from the venue, there was official from the venue? Or?
Like, I don't even remember if that was this guy or it was somebody else. But I remember that I came all the way to Baku with just crazy travels to play 15 minutes of my set.
No.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? I actually don't mind to finish, because then like I'd also feel like I'm in the wrong place. There's sometimes it happens, especially when you are popular or famous. Everybody wants to invite you just because you're popular or famous. Mm-hmm. And then you appear in a very weird place with people who don't even understand what you're doing. It's like lately I saw on Instagram this video where a big square of Indian guys and the DJ is playing something like, what is his name? Oh my God, his DJ. Anyway, a very popular DJ, Skrillex, thank you.
Wow.
The track of Skrillex on the square, and literally nobody nobody moves. Everybody's just like wondering
What is happening?
like yeah, just looking with curiosity, but zero move. And this DJ is doing like trying so hard to impress them, you know. And I was like, I was reposting it, saying like, I wish I was there.
Yeah.
What a party!
Wow.
And it happened to me, you know, like you're playing and people don't understand like what you're doing, who you are. And I like, okay, but I got paid and I still need to do my job. And you continue playing, feeling so frustrated and weird. Yeah, it happens.
It happens, yeah, for sure. And if you were to decide to play in front of an audience of 10,000 people or for your 20 close friends at home, what would you decide?
What will be I playing?
Would you prefer to play in front of a large audience or?
I don't know.
12 people?
When something just pop up in my head. It has to be something old school, classic, and I don't know why actually this record pop in my mind, but it's Propeller Heads, for example, which is good for
Propeller Heads,
big.
yeah.
Because I have some records from Propeller Heads, the old ones, of course. I don't think they make music anymore, but it's like, you know, this funky. I don't even know what was the genre of this, but you can play it on a techno set, you can play it at home. It's like this funky energy music. Was it big beat? Maybe no, I don't know, but you know, this kind of things, or Fatboy Slim or something like that, to have fun. Yeah.
Hey, would you, if you had to choose between small 20 friends in a house or large crowd, would you choose the large crowd or the 20 friends?
I would play it just for myself.
Like in the Scary
you know
Beautiful.
what? I have a problem. Yeah, so I think I have a problem. First of all, yeah, problem is another topic. It's not a problem. It's that kind of a side of myself as a characteristic that I'm too responsible. Like every side of mine is a responsibility. Like I feel responsible for a big crowd playing, performing on a big stage, because I want to do the best for them, and go and find a way what is the best for 20,000 people. You will never find out, secretly saying. And then 20 people in my house, also having with different taste of music and stuff. Of course, I will be more chilled, but still I would feel responsibility to make everybody happy, which is impossible again. But this is my kind of, it's a part of my character. Like, you know, it's a part of myself. That's why I'm always so responsible. Like, oh my God, like I want to do the best for most of the people, not maybe for everyone, but, you know, deliver the best I can do, which is a good enemy of myself as well. Yeah.
So it's, uphill, but I mean, it's always there.
It's a good thing, because you want to do the impulse of this willing is coming from a love and wish to do the best for everyone, from care. But in the end, of course, it's playing a bad joke with you, because you cannot make happy everyone.
Yeah, especially when it's too many people, right?
Yeah. It's an illusion.
Yeah. And closing tradition is, what is a question we should ask the next guest without knowing who they're going to be?
Oh my God.
If you want, I can ask you a question from a previous guest, and you can think about your question for the next guest.
Why you didn't ask me?
Oh, sure. I normally ask it at the end, after.
After?
Yeah. But I can tell you the question.
I think that here I get stuck because I take it too serious. Maybe I should ask something funny.
Yeah.
You know, like, what was your favorite toy when you was a child? What was the toy?
Very cool.
Which is your favorite toy when you was a child?
Yeah, very cool.
I think the choice of a toy is always will speak a lot about the person.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know if I even would remember that. Yeah, favorite toy. Yeah. And for you, the question is, in spite of what, you do what you do? So in spite of what challenge, you still do what you do?
We have no option. I mean, I think people have no options. We still do what we do every day. We have some basic stuff like waking up, brushing the teeth, and like, you know, going out for a walk with the dog, like, you know, routine. And we have no option. Like, it's not like you can choose that you are tired and you want to die tomorrow. You still have to live your life. And even in this book, The Conversations with God, he says, the God says you have no option. You're gonna live this life anyway. It's like I'm not asking myself, despite what I'm moving forward. I'm asking myself like, what is actually moving me, or what is my motivation? My
You're
motivation
leading.
is being. That's why I'm loving to be productive, because I want to do something good, like something useful for myself, for others, and I just like to be busy. I don't need the motivation to keep on going. No, I'm highly motivated. I think on a very, very deep level.
And enjoying the ride, it seems.
Enjoying too much.
Nastia.
I truly enjoy it. Yes.
Yeah.
Now especially, yes.
And I'm excited for you, for what is coming, also for your production, for the new projects, for the new chapter of your life.
Yeah. Yes. I'm ready for that. It's gonna happen. There is no way it's not gonna happen. I don't believe that it's not gonna happen.
It's time. Yes. Very good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think we can endless talk.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much. Good luck with your future guests, and
Thank you.
Thanks everyone who was watching this. It's amazing that it makes you curious about what we think. Yeah, maybe you found something interesting for yourself, or something wise, or something that you want to, some signals from the universe that this, maybe I should go there.
For sure.
Yeah, that's how I appreciate any kind of information and random talks, is that if you listen with attention, you always find some marks and like some symbols, like, okay, I should be checking this out.
For some signs, yeah.
Yeah, like last interview I was watching was from Madonna, and she said very good thing. A good searcher will always find what you're searching for. Just find what speaks to you, because for everyone, different things are speaking. So just listen.
We need to listen, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks. That was the last thing, I promise.